Hello, guys, and welcome back to League One predictions. We are back predicting the third tier of English football. It is game week 42, and we've also got a lot to talk about after the recent results. A team has been promoted, Ben. I wonder who. We've got a cup final coming our way this weekend as well. And as always, I'm joined by the brilliant Benjamin Bloom. How are you?
I'm good. Who had April the 8th then? We've been asking for a few months. When would Birmingham get promoted? Congratulations to Birmingham. It'd be great to have them back in the Championship next year. And big win for Wycombe last night as well, Matt. That's made things... it was interesting, but it's made things even more interesting now, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Before we talk about last week's results and the points between myself and Ben, let's go for some support. Be sure to drop a like. Only a few weeks left of our League One predictions. So support the channel, drop a like, subscribe to both myself and Benjamin Bloom. Hit the subscribe button here. Hit the subscribe button at Ben's channel. The link is in the description. Get involved. We spoke about Southampton yesterday on Ben's channel, who are also going down to the Championship. They'll be meeting Birmingham City next season. The scores from last week, Ben, because we've got a lot to unpack. There was the weekend and then there was midweek. We've got a total score of Matt 17, Ben 14. So, like I say, we've got League One predictions for this weekend. We will throw in the Birmingham City Peterborough Cup final. Of course, it gives us a chance to speak about Blues. Let's get into the fixtures, Ben. We start with a big one. You're up first for Wigan Athletic versus Wrexham.
Oh, I mean, the most interesting thing that could happen, sorry, Wrexham fans, would be Wrexham dropping points in this one, wouldn't it? Just to tighten up, we've got 3-point gap now with 5 to go, 7-point gap down to Stockport. It's one of those tantalising gaps, those ones where you can't quite rule them in or out yet, can you? You know, it could still swing. Wigan played last night, Matt. I think played Exeter.
1-1.
1-1 they drew. That's not the worst result in the world. Wigan up to 46 with 6 to go, 7 ahead of Burton. Do you know, I think Wrexham are going to go there and win, Matt. I think we're at that. I think it's gut check time and it's get the job done. And they've come so far now. I think they get the job done. Wigan 0, Wrexham 2.
Oh, Ben. It's
Scribble.
a scribble. It is a scribble.
I thought you'd be going 1-0, mate.
I might go 1-0 now then, Ben.
There.
Because you forced my hand. I will back Wrexham to just do it. We know that Wigan, usually low-scoring games. You look at Wigan, Ben, those last 2 draws have moved them up to 46 points. I think we're looking at a Burton Bristol Rovers shootout down there, and Wigan might just be clear of it. 6 games to go. I don't know, even 2 more points and they're probably safe, aren't they? 48 should be enough. So Wrexham come here with a lot more to play for. Will Wrexham say that Charlton can't catch them anymore? Possibly, with that 8-point gap. Maybe Stockport, but as you said, it's not quite there yet.
They were 2-0 down in that game, Matt, Charlton, weren't they? So it did end up being a good point. And I think all in, when you consider Charlton, their fans can't grumble massively when you've seen the points that have gone on. It's the bad... When was that bad run, Matt? Was it like October, November time?
Yeah, they had a little slip before and after Christmas, didn't they? Yeah. So, I'll go 1-0 Wrexham. I think Wrexham's eyes are mainly on Wycombe. They've been the main challengers this entire time for that top 2 place. We've got plenty of Wrexham fans that watch the channel. Kelly, who's one of the patrons, I think she's
Kelly,
She was watching the Wycombe game last night because they've all got a vested interest, haven't they, in how Wycombe get on. I will back Wrexham, though. 2-0 and 1-0. The next game, Ben, is Wycombe Wanderers, and I'm up first here for Wycombe versus Stevenage. I'm just going to back Wycombe, and I don't really want to have to go for 2-1-0 straight away. I did have 2-0 for Wrexham and 1-0 for this one. I will stick with 1-0 Wycombe. I think it's going to be low margin because we know that Stevenage games can be pretty tight, especially at the Lamix. This is at Adams Park, of course, but I just think Wycombe need to make sure they keep putting the pressure on Wrexham. I know they lost at the weekend, but it was a good bounce back at Huddersfield. I'll go 1-0. Yeah,
you just got to say as well, Wycombe, there was a ton of pressure on them last night. And to go there, I think they had like 35% possession or something at Huddersfield, nick that goal, get that win. That's proper cojones, isn't it? The tension was ramped up and the pressure was on. All the Wrexham fans were watching, as you say, and that's pretty impressive from Wycombe last night. I've got to say, well played for that one, especially when everyone's looking at Birmingham getting promoted as well, and it's like everything's a circus and just get the job done, and they did, didn't they? I quite like 1-0, but you've taken it. So I like low margin, and I've already had a 2-0, so I'm going to take a 2-1. Wycombe 2-1. So does that mean, Matt, we've both got Wrexham and Wycombe winning then? So that's problematic for Stockport and Charlton, yeah?
It is. Which of Wycombe and Wrexham would you say has the harder task here, Ben? Maybe Wrexham being away from home?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's a bit of a travel, isn't it? And pitch isn't always great, is it? Up at Wigan can be a bit stiff up there, doesn't it? I suppose you can argue that Wycombe played midweek, but then, footballers always tell me, give me playing over training any day of the week. So, but buoyed by the win, maybe that won't make a thing. But yeah, I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, there you go. We're both backing them to both win. On to the next one, Ben. We know it's usually a playoff semi-final. It isn't going to be this season. Barnsley versus Bolton, Ben. Bolton have a lot more to play for, but they lost at home to Rotherham. Rotherham have overtaken Barnsley, Ben. What's your prediction?
Well, my prediction wasn't that Bolton were going to lose at home to Rotherham. What are they doing? Get the doors wide open there. We've said for the longest time in sixth position, and obviously Reading, spoiler alert, we'll talk about them in a minute, overtook. But that's so poor from Bolton, when Rotherham have been not at it at all. And who's taken them? Hamill, I think, gets the win. So yeah, really disappointed with Bolton on that one. But speaking of disappointed, we've been really disappointed with Barnsley for the longest time. Is it a scoring draw? Or maybe it's an away win. I'm going for the Bolton bounce back, Matt. Let's go 1-0 Bolton. We'll flip last night's score.
Yeah, I quite like that. I've got Barnsley 1, Bolton 2. I just think there'll be goals with Barnsley. Obviously lost 6-2 to Birmingham City at the weekend, which was a bit unusual. I know Birmingham City have got a lot going on, but
early red card in that one, Matt.
Absolutely, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So that doesn't help, of course. But yeah, that doesn't help. I'll back Bolton as well. They have to win this, Ben. Can't mess around with these fixtures. No disrespect to Barnsley, but Barnsley haven't got that much to play for. Next up, then, Ben, Bristol Rovers v Exeter. I think we can count Exeter safe now, Ben. Yeah, 49. That's enough, isn't it?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Bristol Rovers, though, are still looking over their shoulders. We've said before that we prefer their fixtures to Burton's, and this is the kind of game we'd expect them to get something from if they are going to stay up. I will just back them, knowing that they've got more to play for, and I prefer them at home. 2-1 Gas.
Exeter aren't terrible away from home. I'm looking at their last 4. They've been to Reading, they've been to Rotherham and Lincoln and drew all of those, and won at Barnsley. So I think Exeter could get something from this one. And this is not just me wanting our relegation sandwich to be filled with filling right up until the end of the season. But I'm going to go for the draw, Matt. I'm going to go for it's an unhelpful draw for Rovers. There was 5 on the trot. So, hey, they'd probably take the point at this stage, wouldn't they, knowing that Burton have got hard running. But, let's go 1-1, Matt.
And we will see how much that means to them when we come on to the next fixture, Ben. You are up first for Burton Albion at home to Huddersfield Town. The table would tell you to go for Huddersfield, but Huddersfield are all over the place, Ben. A bit like Bolton, when there's an opportunity to get into the playoffs, they're not taking it. So what are you thinking?
I'm going to go for Burton. And again, not just because I want my relegation sandwich, bursting at the seams, but if you look at these recent fixtures, we say hard running. Burton have played Wycombe, Bolton, they beat Shrewsbury, Stockport, they beat Orient, and they've just lost to Wrexham. They just had all of the top half, pretty much, or the top 10, all in one go. I think they've been pretty decent at home. They're going to make it hard. I agree with you that Huddersfield are in a bit of disarray with the managerial changes and whatnot there. Let's do it. 3. Burton going to score 3, Matt? Burton are not going to score 3. Erase that number from your brain. 2-1 Burton.
Ben, that's a scribble. So what I'll do is I'll take the 3-1. I'll take the 3-1 that you were not sure about. I'll take it and see if that pays off. Burton, do you know what? We said they've got difficult games. They've ticked a few of them off now, Ben. And if you look at the games they've got left, Exeter, Cambridge, Wigan, there's a few in there that if you win 2 of those and get a draw as well,
they need 3. They need 3 wins, don't they, Matt?
So what are we looking at? 2 wins, 2 draws, not enough, do you don't think?
Fair point. Yeah.
47, maybe. It depends on Bristol Rovers, doesn't it? If Bristol Rovers win this weekend, then it's a long way back for Burton if they don't win. But we're both backing them, and Huddersfield fans, we're sorry, but we don't like the inconsistency. Ben, Cambridge United versus Charlton. I'm up first here. Cambridge have improved. They've been battling. They couldn't turn draws into wins until last week. They won away at Shrewsbury 1-0. It's still a mountain, 7 points. And if Bristol Rovers win, they can't make any progress. Even if they do win, they could just try and keep that gap the same. Charlton, Ben, they slipped up against Lincoln, which we didn't see coming. They'd have to win all 5 games to have any chance of top 2. And even then, 88 points. I don't know if that's going to do it now, Ben. I think this could be a draw, but I will just go with Charlton 1-0.
Yeah, I think Cambridge are going to make this horrible for Charlton, aren't they? That's going to be the game plan. And I think Charlton are fairly okay to stand up to that, aren't they? You've pointed out there, scored a few from set plays, lots of 1-0s that we kind of joked about as well. So I will go for Cambridge to score, but Charlton to win. I'll go 3-1 Charlton.
Oh, wow. Okay. Goals. Do let us know your thoughts down below on that one, guys. A big game for both teams. You think, Ben, Cambridge have to get something, surely, if there's any realistic chance of them staying up? Probably have to win.
I think you nailed it a minute ago, mate. It's all down to Bristol Rovers. If Bristol Rovers score 4 points and get to 46, that leaves the likes of Cambridge pretty much. They need to win 4 games, don't they, out of the last 6, which I know you get the odd one every decade, don't you, where someone just nails the end of the season, don't they? But it's hard, isn't it?
It is indeed. As we said, Cambridge play Burton in a week or 2. That could be where we see another team get relegated, potentially.
Yeah, good point.
Another team down there, Ben, are Crawley Town. They're at home to Leyton Orient. Can I say, Ben, last night, Leyton Orient, 3-2 up at Mansfield with a few minutes to go. I had them to win 4-2. You had them to draw 3-3. If there had been a last-minute goal, one of us would have scored a 4-point bonus. Yeah, the bonus. It finished 3-2 in the end. Difficult because Crawley have been a bit spotty, but there's signs of life. Where are you going with this?
I am going to back Orient. Is the new manager bounce all done? We got 2 quick wins and now 2 quick defeats. And Orient had their metal tested, didn't they? I think they might have, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, I think they might have been behind a couple of times to Mansfield as well to go and get that victory. So I don't think Orient will finish. I don't think they're going to get in anymore, but I don't think they'll finish miles off the 6th place. But I will go for, should we go goals again then? I'm tempted to do another 3-1, mate.
Oh.
Let's do it. Go on, Crawley 1, Orient 3.
Ben, you're not going to believe that. That's another scribble. What should I do? I'll tone it down this time then and go 1-2. I'll just back Orient.
Tone it up.
I might save a bonus point. I might save the bonus point. So you've got 3-1. I'll go 2-1 Orient. I do fancy Orient. I've just had a little look at the last day fixtures, Ben. Orient play Huddersfield, and if they're both still in that conversation, that could be interesting. It might be a dead rubber, but we'll see. As for Crawley, the same thing we keep saying with the other teams down there. They need to get something. They need Bristol Rovers to slip up. We'll see if they lose and Bristol Rovers win. That might be it. Ben, we know a team could be relegated this weekend. Shrewsbury Town, they're away at Lincoln City. If they lose, they're down. Or if Bristol Rovers win, they're down regardless. So that is what we're dealing with. We know they're going down anyway, but it will be mathematically confirmed this weekend with either of those outcomes. I'm up first, and I will go with them to be relegated. I quite like the fight I saw from Lincoln City at Charlton. I know they let it slip, but I don't think they will in this one. 2-0.
Well, you already had a Bristol Rovers win, so you're double doom for Shrewsbury, haven't you? Sorry, mate. What scoreline did you go for?
2-0.
Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah, sorry, Shrewsbury fans. I don't see. It's been a horrible season, hasn't it? Lincoln will be fairly relaxed. It's all on Shrewsbury, isn't it? Ugh. I'll take a 1-0 Lincoln, and sorry, Shrewsbury, bye-bye.
Yeah. It's been a horrible season. They're probably just happy to see the back of it now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like we touched on with Southampton yesterday, with Shrewsbury probably getting relegated extremely early, maybe gives them a chance to plan for what they might do next season. But it has been a car crash. We will see what happens this weekend. Ben, Northampton Town up against Reading. You're up first. Reading are now in 6th place, but it's a hot potato.
It's a very hot potato. I was laughing when you were saying about Huddersfield and Orient on the last day, because it's perfectly plausible that nobody has competently taken the 6th place hot potato, haven't they? It could still be up for grabs on the final day. I think you'd have to back Reading to at least get something in this one. Northampton 46. So what do you reckon? One more point. I'm going to back Reading. I'm going to back the draw. I'm going to back the draw because I can't sit here and say, oh, everyone's fumbling 6th place, and then on the other hand say, oh no, Reading 4 wins in 5, away they go. So I'll go for the draw, 1-1.
Oh, that is interesting. I've really enjoyed Reading recently, Ben, and you consider all the things going off the pitch. Brilliant from them, and maybe siege mentality. We've seen it with Derby County when they were bottom of the Championship. You kind of unite for this cause, and what a story it would be if they actually finished in there and got promoted, Ben. That would be remarkable. A long way to go, though. They take on Northampton, Ben, who we think are nearly there, 46 points. Yeah, one more win, a couple more draws. Either way, 48, I reckon you've got enough. 46 could be enough anyway. Just for fun, to throw a bonus point in there and to keep this narrative of 6th place being a hot potato, Northampton 4-2.
That is the prediction of the day, without a doubt. By the way, though, look at that. If it finishes like that and you are Reading, Wycombe, Stockport and Charlton you've got to get through. Oof. It's a hard old playoff this year, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is. It's gonna be good. We'll be here to predict it, guys, so don't go anywhere.
Stockport, Charlton for a semi-final. Two teams that can defend as well. That could go to extra time, yeah?
Exactly that. It looks nailed on, doesn't it? Because they've been 4th and 5th for the longest time. To be honest, Ben, I can't separate them. We'll see what happens. And speaking of Stockport, Ben, they are up next. They take on mid-table Rotherham, who are doing all right at the minute. Obviously, Steve Evans went out the door and the form's picked up. But they come here against a Stockport team, Ben, that we do like at home. And if there is any chance of them making the top 2, they'd have to win this. Same as Charlton. They have to win all 5 and see if it's enough. But even then, we're not totally sure. I'll back Stockport 2-1. I reckon Rotherham might score.
Okay, I'll take the clean sheet home win then, which I've done many, many times with Stockport this season. And rightly so, 13 home victories in the campaign. Only the top. Oh, actually, Reading have got more. Reading very, very good at home, but Birmingham and Wrexham obviously ahead of that number. Do I go 1-0 or 2-0, Matt? I go 1-0. 1-0 to Stockport.
There you go. Big result for Stockport. We will see if there's any slip-ups in front of them. I believe, Ben, Wycombe and Wrexham are both playing in half 12, so I'm sure the Stockport fans and players will be keeping an eye on that. And if there are slips, that really will raise the motivation for this one.
I should try and keep an eye on that as well, Matt. Sorry to interrupt. I'll probably be on a watch along at that point, and we'll have a good eye across League One. So come and join us at 12:30 on. I don't know what the TV game is. It Leeds every week now, isn't it? Leeds Preston. I'm sure that will be not tense at all.
No, but it does feel like, Ben, if we get a Wrexham win and a Wycombe not win, or even a loss, that could be it with the games running out now. You feel like if it gets to 5 or 6 with 4 games to go, that might just do it. But that wraps up League One. We're going to move on to the EFL Trophy Final, Ben, which contains two League One teams, of course, Birmingham City and Peterborough United. Birmingham obviously beat Peterborough in midweek 2-1. That has sealed their promotion. I need to say my congratulations as well, Ben. Now, obviously, we both predicted them to win the league. We thought they'd go out and smash it, but it is
both out on a limb there, Matt. Yeah,
but it is a different thing from saying it to actually delivering it in the manner that they have. I mean, they've been so consistent, Ben. They haven't lost a home game all season, and they haven't ripped many teams to pieces with lots of goals. But the style of football, they've just been grinding the wins out week in, week out, the better team, and I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with in the Championship. Can they make it a really historic week by winning this final? You're up first.
I went to the Pizza Cup final. It was Bolton and Plymouth a couple of years ago. And I remember chatting to a Plymouth fan outside. And I said, just be a bit wary. Sometimes this stadium just eats teams alive. You know, they go out there and it just swallows them. And bless Plymouth that day. I think Bolton won 4-0, didn't they? 4-0 or 4? I can't totally remember. I was in with the Bolton fans. They were having a lovely old time, I tell you. Peterborough were there last year, and Birmingham are going to have so many. Peterborough win it last year, Matt.
They beat Wycombe 2-1.
Yeah, so maybe it won't eat Peterborough alive, so to speak. But I think this might be a bit of a coming out party, and I think it might be a really lovely day for Birmingham. I think they might win quite handsomely. There was someone in the chat last night saying, "Oh, Ben, we've rested a few players for this potential promotion thing." So I think they fancy this as their scene, Birmingham. They think they're set for bigger things, and this is your arena, isn't it? So I'm going to go 3-0 to Birmingham, and I think they might even be 2 up quite early, Matt.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. Obviously, Birmingham City have been promoted. We expect them to win the league. Another layer of context, Ben, is if Wrexham don't win the day before, then Birmingham will actually be crowned champions on Saturday as well. Either way, there's going to be a party, carnival atmosphere here. The only thing is, say if Birmingham were playing any other mid-table League One team, I'd maybe do what you've done and go 3-0. I quite like Peterborough in big games. They did it in the final last year, of course, and Darren Ferguson's been here before. I think Peterborough have a good record in this competition. It's not enough for me to make them think they'll win this game, but I think it'll be close, and I will go for the same scoreline as last night. Birmingham 2, Peterborough 1. I expect Birmingham to score first, maybe Peterborough equalise, then Birmingham win it in the second half. So there you go. We're both back in Birmingham to do the double, 2-1 and 3-0. And Ben, are you looking forward to having them back in the Championship?
Oh, God, yeah, very, very much so. I mean, it always happens, doesn't it? You have a derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich. We've had Forest and Sheffield United, and Birmingham are the latest. Maybe if your club has had a bit of a rubbishy owner for a few years and, things have just been allowed to deteriorate. The weird thing with Birmingham is they got rid of the rubbishy owner and then got relegated the next season. Just a, complete hodgepodge of a... I know the owners have been brilliant this season and really pushed the boat out in terms of backing Chris Davies, but didn't cover themselves in glory with, okay, you're unlucky with the Tony Mowbray illness thing, but yeah, the Eustace to Rooney to Mowbray and then Rowett too late as well. And it's like, okay, as much as I love Mark Venus with my Ipswich Town hat on, that was not smart leaving him. He's been an assistant all his career to take the team for a while. So interesting context around it. I totally agree with you. It is, I know a lot of Birmingham fans have been a bit snarky. I've seen them on my timeline today, mocking everybody who said, Birmingham might be in for a shock this season. And it's very easy to sit there with 95 points promoted on April 8th and say, where's your shock, everybody? But we have seen it happen, haven't we? And I've seen it happen to my own team where, League One is hard, man. It is hard. And we said many times, Matt, you get that unique mix of ex-Premier League teams and kind of non-league setups. And you have to have a strategy that works for both. And I've seen Ipswich not beat Morecambe and Accrington and lose at home to Cambridge. And, it is what it is. And Birmingham have just been hyper consistent, haven't they? I agree with what you say. The style, they haven't leaned into the League One style, have they? They've tried to play it in a championship-y way. And this was said about Ipswich. The Ipswich built a championship team in League One. Do you agree that Birmingham have built a championship team in League One?
I do, yeah, and I'm intrigued to see what business they do in the summer as well, Ben. I've got to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Ipswich is a one-off, isn't it? That doesn't happen very often nowadays.
We'll see.
People will draw comparisons, but as an early prediction, I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see them sniffing around the playoffs potentially. That's as far as I'll go for now, but it is incredibly early. They haven't even finished this season yet. But yeah, I'm happy to have them back. Big fan base, and massive thanks for their support on League One this season. And a massive thanks to everyone who supported the League One videos this season. We're not done yet. I know Birmingham have been promoted, but we've still got a lot to play for. Get your thoughts down below. Get your predictions down below. Make sure you've dropped a like. Make sure you've subscribed as well, and subscribe to the amazing Benjamin Bloom. The first link in the description, and we'll see you for more tomorrow or next week. Take care. Peace out.